Is the real estate market crashing? I'm going to let you guys be the judge of that one, but I am going to give you guys three key stats that do support the argument that the market is cooling down quite a bit and faster than anybody expected. Now, I'm not really seeing these stats covered in some of the other real estate videos. I'm not really sure why, but I think these three stats do get a better pulse of the day-to-day market than some of the other stuff. So the stats that I'm talking about that we're going to cover in this video are days on market, like how many listings are sitting on the market, for example, for longer than 2 weeks, and cancellations of listings, how many listings did not sell and they were canceled for one reason or another, and price reductions. This is self-explanatory. They were trying to get a certain price, it did not work out, and then maybe 2-3 weeks later they decided to reduce the price, which was non-existent in the past couple of years. Now, the 5 cities that I'm going to cover for this video are Mississauga, Burlington, Milton, Oakville, and Brampton. All right, so let's get started with the stats here. And as I mentioned, the stats that we're going to cover are price reductions, days on market, and cancellations. So Mississauga, right now in Mississauga, for everything that's available for sale, there are 104 listings that have a price reduction on them. Now, why is this important? Because this is important because for the past 2 years, this was a very, very low number. It was probably in the single digits because everything was flying off the shelves. So because everything is selling fast and in bidding wars, there's really no reason to reduce the price. So, but right now there are 104 listings that have a price reduction on them. The second stat that's important is what I did was I put 14 plus days. So I'll explain this. This is days on market that the listing has been sitting on the MLS. So everything was selling, as you know, in 2-3 days, maximum 7-8 days if they were holding off on offers. So if a listing is sitting on the market for like 2 weeks or more, that means the market has changed quite a bit because that was not even possible. Like everything was flying off the shelves, as I mentioned. 288 listings that have been sitting on the market for more than 2 weeks, which was not happening, all the way up until February, end of February. The third stat is cancellations of listings. 343 listings. I put March 1st of this month because I think right now we're at March 29th. So I put March 1st. 343 listings were canceled in Mississauga since March 1st. Now, why do listings get canceled? A couple of reasons. One reason might be that the sellers just changed their mind. It's not the right time. The family situation changed. They don't want to sell anymore. That's possible. It's a small percentage chance, but it is possible. More than likely what's happened is that they were not getting the price that they were looking for. So maybe sometimes what happens is the agent might suggest, you know what, why don't we just relist it at a new price as a new listing. Then it shows up as 0 days on the market, just a fresh start. So sometimes agents will use that strategy just to get a fresh start on everything. So that is more than likely what's happened here. So 343 listings were canceled since March 1st. Okay, so those are the explanations for all these stats and why they're important. So if you're seeing a higher number on these, that does mean that the market has slowed down because these were very, very low numbers up until a month ago. Okay, so that's Mississauga. Now we're going to rush through all the other ones. Brampton. 109 price reductions, 300 listings, longer than 2 weeks on the market, 558 cancellations. That is huge. Because Brampton's a very busy market. It has been for the past 10 years. So for that to be that high of a number, that tells you something's going on because it should be very low, especially in Brampton. So 558 cancellations since March. Burlington. Burlington's holding pretty strong because these are fairly, aside from the cancellations, these are pretty low numbers. So Burlington's doing well, is holding strong for sellers. Oakville, 50, 132, and 159 cancellations. Not bad. It's still high for Oakville because Oakville is pretty, it's a premium market. Milton, this number is pretty high, 138 cancellations. And 65 listings longer than 2 weeks on the market, which, as I mentioned before, which was non-existent. So 26 price reductions, that's not too bad. So those are the stats that I want to cover with you guys. Price reductions, days on market, cancellations, which I'm not really seeing covered in a lot of other real estate videos. Hopefully this helps you out in making a decision. If you're thinking of selling, I would probably put a rush on it because the market is starting to change. If you are thinking of buying and you've been losing out on offers for the past 6 to 8 months, now might be a good time to jump back in because it looks like you're going to have a better chance. It probably is going to stay a seller's market for a while, but it's nothing like the circus we've been seeing for the past 2 years. So hopefully you found this information helpful. As I promised, no sales pitch here, just information. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.